Chapter 1 1.1 People in the Legal System. Civil Cases. A civil case begins with a plaintiff. He or she has a complaint about the actions of another person or organization. The plaintiff files the complaint with a court. The person or organization accused of a wrongdoing is the defendant. Both the plaintiff and the defendant usually have attorneys. The attorneys speak on behalf of their clients. A paralegal, a person with legal training, may assist the attorney. In some cases, a jury listens to arguments for and against the defendant. Then they decide on a verdict. Finally, the judge makes a decision to resolve the complaint. Butler and Evans Associates. Are you injured because of someone else's carelessness? Are you involved in a dispute with a neighbor? Butler and Evans is available to help you take legal action. Everyone is entitled to due process. When you decide to initiate a lawsuit, call us. We are going to make sure you get the damages you're entitled to. Our investigators are able to get all the proof needed for your trial. When a verdict is not in your favor, we appeal whenever possible. In the event we fail to settle or win your case, you don't owe us anything. So, what do you have to lose? Call 876-0251 today to arrange a meeting.
Letter of the Law. Where do I look? Miriam Wheeler. There are many legal resources, so it's important to know how libraries organize them. Most libraries have a section for primary materials. These texts contain laws relevant to cases. Secondary materials give opinions on the law. They include legal encyclopedias and digests. Encyclopedias often cite primary sources in their references. Digests summarize individual cases that have similar topics. Other legal publications include case annotations and form books. Annotations are articles about cases, and they are printed in law journals. Form books show how documents should be worded and formatted. Thankfully, most of these resources are available on computerized databases. That way, you don't have to carry around a ton of books.
Dear Ms. Martin, I finished my research on the Great Cars Incorporated GCI lawsuit. Here are the important notes. Recent national legislation requires a lot of safety testing. GCI did not follow that policy. But the statute is new, so it may not pertain to our case. There is a precedent. A suit against CarMasters was dismissed 2 years ago. The company did not make changes to meet state laws fast enough. A judge dismissed the case after CarMasters met the requirements. Still, the plaintiff may sue under a relevant constitutional law. But court rules don't allow him to change the lawsuit yet. That procedure takes weeks. Let me know if you have any questions. Sarah Jackson.
Dear Mr. Thompson, I have opened a file on our new client, Mr. Hendricks. The file contains the intake memo, fee agreement, and retainer agreement. Please sign these. I need to mail them to Mr. Hendricks directly, along with our standard form letter. I am also sending a demand package and copies of all the correspondence so far. I have opened a pre-litigation folder and made up an agenda. This is to ensure we have everything we need on time, including medical records and the police report. Thank you, Janine.
Understanding the levels of U.S. federal courts. District courts. These are general courts, but in some cases the jurisdiction is passed to specialized courts. These include bankruptcy courts, tax courts, and the Court of Private Land Claims. Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals reviews all decisions in the lower courts that people object to. State courts. These courts decide disputes that pertain to state laws rather than federal laws. The Supreme Court. This is another appeals court, but it is the only court that operates under discretionary review. This means it can choose which cases to hear. The Supreme Court is also called a high court in some countries. Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is the authority to judge legal matters. Jurisdiction is given to legal bodies or political leaders. There are three main types of jurisdiction. 1. Personal jurisdiction is authority over a person. 2. Territorial jurisdiction is authority over an area. 3. Subject jurisdiction is authority over a particular subject. Jurisdiction in courts can be exclusive or concurrent. With exclusive court jurisdiction, only one court is able to decide the issue. With concurrent jurisdiction, more than one court is able to adjudicate. In this case, lawyers are able to go forum shopping. They choose the court which is more likely to rule in favor of their clients.
Jury duty, rules and expectations. Thank you for reporting for jury duty. The following is a description of what to expect today. You will receive a number. Enter the courtroom when the clerk of the court calls that number. In the courtroom, have a seat in the jury box. The bailiff will direct you. Attorneys for the defense and prosecution will then ask you questions. A judge presides over the proceedings, and the court reporter records your answers. The goal is to select jurors for a trial. It is important that you answer their questions honestly. This provides the defendant with a fair trial. Potential jurors may leave after questioning if not selected.
Fiona, I'm writing to update you on the Trindle case. At the arraignment last month, the defendant was charged. However, he rejected the plea bargain. So he will be sentenced or acquitted at the trial. Since then, his lawyer has requested discovery. So there will probably be a pre-trial hearing where the defendant's lawyer tries to suppress evidence. You will handle the discovery process in pre-trial hearing. I need you to make sure all of the evidence is accepted. I don't want a hung jury and mistrial because evidence isn't shown. I know we can count on you. David Wallace, Assistant Prosecutor, City of Los Angeles.
The Rules and Language of the Courtroom by Claire Pepper. The judicial system is full of traditions and protocol. If you are to appear in court, it's good to know the basics. Before the judge enters the room, the clerk says, "All rise." At this point, everyone stands up. You are sworn in by the clerk. Don't lie when you are under oath. The result is being charged with perjury. Speak to the judge clearly and don't interrupt. Always address the judge as Your Honor. You cannot approach the bench. Only lawyers are allowed to enter the well. Then they talk to the judge off the record.
The objective of criminal law. The purpose of criminal law is to punish people who commit crimes. The type of punishment depends on the crime. Criminals who commit minor crimes, such as trespassing, usually receive a light punishment. They often get a fine or are put on probation. When criminals offend many times, they get a heavier punishment. They go to jail. Criminals also go to jail when they are dangerous to others. For example, someone who commits assault and battery gets sent to jail. Capital punishment is the most serious punishment. It is reserved for the worst crimes, such as murder. Benson & Cutler Law Firm. Civil Law Attorney. $65,000 per year. This medium-sized city law firm is seeking an attorney with civil law experience. Primary responsibility is handling tort law cases. Most cases involve clients suing for monetary damages because of personal injuries. The attorney assists clients in filing for injunctions when needed. They will also be required to prove liability and establish the negligence of the defendants. Our clients generally require compensation for medical costs, loss of earnings, and punitive damages. The attorney may also be involved in other cases, including probate and divorce cases. Please send your resume to the address below. Benson & Cutler Law Firm, 1324 Brook Street, Suite 201, Reno, Nevada, 89501.
Specialist in Administrative Law, Pamela Webster. Are you a business owner confused by all the government regulations out there? Licenses, accreditations, and compliance with the laws? It's enough to make any owner crazy. Luckily, I'm here to help you get past all the bureaucracy. I help business owners resolve their administrative law issues. I have an excellent record for defending businesses facing disciplinary actions. In addition, I know how to negotiate with government agencies to achieve positive results. Don't jeopardize your business by missing out on the assistance you need. I have the skills to fix many administrative problems that business owners deal with. To learn more, please contact Pamela Webster at 555-9528.
Date, June 18. Client name, Thomas Jameson. Interviewing attorney, Sarah Green. Mr. Jameson is a former employee of System Tech, Inc. He hopes to sue the company for wrongful termination. It is Mr. Jameson's assertion that System Tech, Inc. released him because he was due for a raise. He believes the company decided it would be cheaper to fire him and hire a less experienced employee. It is difficult to tell if Mr. Jameson has a valid case. Eliciting factual information proved difficult. Mr. Jameson frequently cites beliefs about why he was fired. Yet he has not obtained any documentation to support these claims. I recommend that we decline to represent Mr. Jameson.
Do You Trust Your Witness? By Robert Hammond. A trustworthy witness is a great asset in any case, but not all witnesses are reliable. Failing to confirm a witness's credibility can ruin the strongest case. Take the friendly witness. These witnesses sometimes try too hard to support your case. When a biased friendly witness lies, your entire case appears weak. Similarly, false statements from a prejudiced or hostile witness have the same result. Reviewing the qualifications of expert witnesses is equally important. Only take testimony from people at the head of their fields. And don't overlook eyewitnesses. Check that eyewitnesses not only saw events firsthand, but also that they saw them clearly.
AVN Pharma Education.